into our AT&T 5G virtual studios. That hasn't felt better to say. From the lake house. From the lake house. Here we are, Jill and I in the same room at the same time. Who would have thunk it? I'm getting emotional.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. We told you last week that there was going to be a very special development on the show this week. And the special development is that we are literally in the same room. Jill is at the lake. And we are so happy to be recording this episode together.
We really are.
It has been a minute.
No one will be surprised by this, but the fact that we've basically created a call-up commune at this point, where we eat, live, and breathe all things commune. I mean, if you could see this room, my bed is right there. Studio's here. Suzanne and I do our makeup on the floor. Like, I saw Kanye West this week, who may or may not be still in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, by the way, recording Donda, which is still not out, I don't think. And then I came here, and I'm like, this is basically us. Like, Kanye West, we are camped out. We are focused on recording.
Yep.
And this is the Donda of the call-up.
It is. It is.
So
we are creating and also
sleeping, eating, breathing, all things call-up.
Most importantly, though, we are able to do this because we are both vaccinated, and vaccines are wonderful because they allow us to
I feel very fortunate.
Be together for the first time in a long time. So this is great.
So not only are we choo-chooing because we're just hyped, but we have the Ricardo Pepi hype train coming through this episode like no other. Not only do we have Ricardo Pepi himself, the 18-year-old phenom who has just been bursting onto the scene, Bob Bradley's, you know, that stuff, Bob Bradley's pick.
Yeah,
For the
if you are in Bob Bradley's good graces, like...
for the MLS All-Star
something
Game. But then we've also got the social media coordinator that made waves on Twitter when he said, if he gets into the All-Star Game, I will get a Ricardo Pepi hype train tattoo, and that's exactly what he did. So we've got all things Ricardo Pepi for you today. The youngest player in MLS history to score a hat trick when he did it against the good old LA Galaxy, as we mentioned, an All-Star. Also, Week 15's Player of the Week. And we got some breaking news here. He grew up in El Paso, Texas. He has Mexican parents. So, yes, we knew he was Mexican-American, but the rumor mill's been going. It turns out Pepi is an Italian.
Italian name.
Last name. So he is the Italian-Mexican-American Ricardo Pepi. We don't know where he'll end up. We've heard a little bit about Serie A. Serie A has their eyes right now, too, on MLS.
Yeah.
It all started with Weston McKennie, you know, and then all of a sudden they started to be like, oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Eyes are open.
Americans.
Got a lot of young talent brewing in these MLS academies, and Ricardo Pepi is one of the shining examples of exactly that. I mean, honestly, though, like, I'm so excited to have him on today because aside from us, we are having a fabulous few days. But, like,
we really are.
Ricardo Pepi is crushing life right now. Like there's just so many good things that have been happening for him. So I feel like this is a really fun time to chat with him. So, without further ado, time now for our AT&T 5G call to the field. We are so excited to have this guy on. He is an MLS All-Star, the youngest player in MLS history to score a hat trick in a game. He was an MLS Player of the Week in Week 15. Ricardo Pepi of FC Dallas. Ricardo, thank you so very much for joining us today.
No, thank you guys. It's a pleasure, being able to, just share a moment with you guys, and thank you guys for having me on.
So, like, I mentioned all the things, all the accolades, and there's even more where that came from, but how good is life right now for you?
It's amazing, it's amazing, as you say. I had a good few weeks with the team. I've been scoring a lot of goals lately, so, it's been great. I'm a striker, so scoring goals is one of my biggest, emotion. It's so nice,
Who has reached out to you since you've kind of burst onto the scene that stood out to you? Who's been like the coolest person that's reached out to you?
No, I mean, I've had a lot of just friends in general, but there's been some like, my family, I think is the biggest, just motivation for me, just them reaching out to me and, just congratulating me for what I've done lately. I think it's the most special one. Yeah.
As they should be. So as we mentioned, you were named to the MLS All-Star roster. And not only that, you were a coach's pick. So Bob Bradley said, Ricardo Pepi is a guy that I want on this team. I want him on my squad. Let's get him in there. How much does that mean to you?
Oh, that means a lot, just being able to be picked by a coach. He doesn't even know me, basically. So I mean, it just feels special, but just being able to represent the MLS in general is, a special one.
I'm going to assume, yeah, you haven't heard from Bob yet, have you?
No, I have not.
Did he text you? No, like, hey, buddy, can't wait to
No,
meet you.
no, I haven't received anything from him. Not that I know of.
I'm very excited to circle back with you and get your impressions of the iconic Bob Bradley when you do have an opportunity. But you will be heading to Los Angeles for the MLS All-Star Game coming up in a little bit, in a couple of weeks. Who are you really looking forward to meeting? There are some big names on that list.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of special players, but I mean, I feel like the person I want to meet the most is either like Chicharito or Carlos Vela. Just because they're Mexican, they're Mexican, so it comes from there.
Oh yeah, no, those guys are like legit legends. Obviously, we want to meet you as well, but I think they're icons. We'll try to get like a little selfie, with all of us, right?
Yeah, well, we got to get the whole crew. We got to get Chicharito, Carlos Vela, and Ricardo Pepi.
100%. We're gonna put that on our to-do list for our LA trip. Ricardo, let's talk about the hat trick, okay, against the LA Galaxy, which was just incredible to watch. All 3 goals, amazing. And then after that match, you became the youngest MLS player in history to do that. And then after the match at the press conference, you talked about how this happened on the anniversary of your grandfather's death, which was just so powerful. And the emotion that you showed when you were talking about it, you dedicated every single goal to him. On that day, did you kind of have a sense that like something special might happen?
Honestly, yes. I mean, I didn't just feel it on that day, but I felt it a week before that day. I already knew that day was going to be a special day, so I went out there and just made it a special day like I promised my grandpa I would do.
What do you think he would have said to you after that match?
Yeah, no, I think he would have been very proud, but I mean, obviously he's always been proud of me ever since I started playing soccer. He was there for my first MLS goal. So he's always been proud of me, and I'm pretty sure he would have been very proud of me that day.
You mentioned there for your first MLS goal, big part of your life. So tell us your soccer story, Ricardo. We always are so interested in how guys got into the game, and we get the whole gamut of stories. So what made you fall in love with the game, and kind of how did you start playing, and were you always the goal scorer on your team?
Honestly, the way I fell in love with the game is just my dad. My dad used to play when he was, younger, and my whole family just grew up on soccer. I feel like in El Paso we really don't watch or play any other sport besides soccer. I feel like soccer is the main thing over there. I wasn't really just always a goal scorer. When I was like 8, 9 years old, I was a midfielder. So I started playing as a midfielder, and then I translated to a forward because I was, just bigger than everyone. So just scoring goals back then was easier. But yeah, no, my dad was the one that, got me into the sport, and I started playing when I was 4. And then I moved to Dallas when I was 13 years old, and I played with the academy.
You mentioned being excited to meet Carlos Vela and Chicharito because they are not only the superstars of the league, but some of the more famous Mexicans that are in Major League Soccer. For your family having Mexican roots, how big is it that when you go to the All-Star Game, you'll be going up against the Liga MX All-Stars?
Yeah, no, it's big. They're big. They've always told me that, they're proud of me for just getting this opportunity to be able to represent the MLS. I feel like they make it a big deal too because, ever since I was little, me and my dad, and my siblings would always watch the Mexican League. And, it's just, I didn't expect to be in this moment. So, it's just very special.
Is it your parents that are both from Mexico?
Yeah, both my parents are from Mexico.
Okay.
Wow. It's just, we love hearing these sort of origin stories, and obviously so cool that you had that experience in the FC Dallas Academy. And we've kind of seen this influx of young MLS Academy products just having a huge amount of success overseas. And now, I'm sure, not going to make you talk about it, but your name starts getting popped up in some of these rumors. Is there any player in particular, especially ones that have kind of gone overseas recently, is there any player that you look at their sort of career trajectory and you're like, I wouldn't mind if that was the model that I followed?
Honestly, not really, but just being able to look at the players that have gone overseas from the MLS, I think that gives me a little bit more motivation that, that can be me in a couple years. So, I feel like that helps me a lot just being able to know that that opportunity exists. I feel like makes it, a big thing for me.
Do you like when your name starts popping up in rumors like that? Are you able to tune it out? Are your friends kind of like texting you, being like, "Yo, heard this. This is going on." Like, how do you kind of just like stay focused?
Yeah, no, I have to. I feel like I have to tune that off to just be able to focus on that day-to-day basis with FC Dallas. But yeah, there is sometimes that my friends be like, "Oh, you're going to Europe soon," or there's a move soon. But I talk to my family, I talk to my agent, and right now that opportunity still does not exist, and I am where I am, so I got to keep getting better and
We
working
like
for my
having
team
you in
now.
MLS.
Yes, we don't want to we don't want to lose you, but we do love seeing some of our younger guns go
Yes,
spread
of
their
course.
wings abroad in Europe. You just have to promise to come back on the call up should that ever happen. And just totally
Yeah, I'll
randomly,
promise.
for no reason at all, Ricardo, just how's your Italian? Do you speak Italian by chance?
No, no, I
But
don't.
it's a lot like
No
Spanish, right? So
Italian.
like you could pick it up quick
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
if
could
you
pick
had
it
to.
up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could pick it up. My family, well, my last name is Italian too, so I think, my great grandpa is
Oh,
Italian. I didn't really get to meet him, but ever since then, the Italian in our family hasn't really been there.
interesting.
Just wait till the Italian media
Interesting,
hears
I
that
know.
Ricardo Pepi,
I know.
Mexican American, no, Italian Mexican American. I see it making headlines. You know what? But let's talk about Dallas.
Yes.
Ninth place with 21 points. Why should people not sleep on FC Dallas? It's a team that people continuously overlook. We've talked to Luchi about it. We've talked to everyone about it. How do you see, we're officially at the midway point, how do you see Dallas's second half of the season transpiring?
No, I feel like, lately, these past 4 or 5 games, I think like the team has picked up a rhythm. I think, in the last games, we got a lot of points out of the 4 games we played against big opponents in our conference too. So I feel like that just tells you everything. I mean, we're in a good rhythm, we gained the rhythm, and, it's important we keep going, we keep working hard to be in that playoff spot.
Well, I mean, I just want to give Jill and I a little credit. Last year, they always make us like
She
do our.
reminded me of this.
I do. Well, they make us fill out this playoff bracket last year, and they're probably going to have us do it again this year. But we both picked FC Dallas upsetting Portland in that first round. Okay,
Yeah, both
like
did?
we both of us did.
Ricardo obviously watches all of our content. too, by the
Obviously,
way.
exactly. Who doesn't miss the call up? But Ricardo, you scored. I mean, you scored
Thank
the last gasp equalizer. That eventually the game went to penalties and you guys won. And I just feel like ever since like you have just been on this like crazy momentum train. Since that, like, can you talk a little bit about like the progression for you personally, just sort of within the last year? Like, where do you feel like you have improved?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I feel like, last year I was just a player that was, just young. I feel like everyone called me a young player. I was still developing. I feel like this year I've, put a little more effort into just like working hard, just working out a little strong. Because everyone used to tell me that I need to get bigger and stronger because, it's a physical league. So, I need to be able to fight the defenders. But I feel like I've done it this year and it's paid off a little bit. And, just being able to read the game and, adapt a little bit to the league is what I've done. And I think it's been good.
It's been very good. It's been very good. Can you give us one little nugget about your coach, Luchi?
I knew this was going to come back to Luchi.
Listen,
Gonzalez.
it always does. We love Luchi. We stand Luchi. He's our best dressed, best style, all of that, and he's just a really, really great guy. But is there something, a player's perspective that you can give us about Luchi Gonzalez that maybe the rest of the world does not know?
Oh no, I feel like, Luchi is a great coach. I've known him ever since I was, 15, 16 years old, and he's known me for a while too. I feel like, Luchi has that personal connection with every player on our team. And I feel that's what helps the team just be, build more chemistry. I feel like that's one of the main things that the team has, everyone treats everyone like family. And I feel like that our team is very special.
I love that.
I know. I know.
Oh, man.
I hope you guys have like just go on an incredible run in the second half of the season.
Who do you want to take? Just let's be a little shady
Yeah.
here. What team do you want to take down in the Western Conference? Just which one would you really love to send home? Should the playoffs roll around for you guys?
Yeah, no, we need to send home either like Minnesota. I think is one of our biggest rivals that we have not been able to get points at their place, or at our place we have good fights or anything. But I feel like Minnesota would be a great to take them out.
What about Seattle? I feel like you guys have had some battles against Seattle.
doesn't want to
Yeah,
beat Seattle?
we've had some battles versus Seattle. I feel like the last 2 years we got knocked out by Seattle, so that would be amazing too.
There's a long history.
I know.
Of Seattle. Dallas.
There
Ooh.
it is.
Gosh.
All right, Ricardo,
There
we're
is.
going to be rooting for you, and we can't wait to see you in LA.
We'll see you
Don't be too cool for us, though. By the time
I
we
won't.
see you
You
hung out with Chicharito
best-
and Carlos Vela.
Exactly. You best be taking a selfie with Jill and I.
Yeah, I got you guys. No problem.
It's a big day here on the
Huge.
call up. So just the VIPs, you think the two of us hanging out is important. We've got two other guys hanging out. We are welcoming in the FC Dallas senior social media coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And you may say to yourself, why? Well, I know you've seen this on social media. Eddie Koton, P.S. Social media people for MLS clubs don't get enough love or attention.
Also, FC Dallas, you guys bring it every single day. Shouts to the
Give Eddie
social
a
media
promotion.
team.
Shout out to
Love
Eddie.
y'all.
So he got a tattoo
Uh-huh.
on his arm
Uh-huh.
of the hype train that some might want to call it, but I'm not calling it a hype train. I'm calling it like a forever train, because hype is short-lived, and I don't think anything about Ricardo Pepi is going to be short-lived. But you got a tattoo, and you promised that if Pepi was voted into the MLS All-Star Game this year, you'd get the tattoo. What prompted you, my friend, to make that promise?
That's a big one.
It's hefty for sure.
And hold it up while
Oh
we
yeah,
need to just
this right here.
see
I
it.
mean,
we'll,
yeah,
we'll
thank you.
look at it. Yeah, super real.
It is a awesome tattoo. Like
When
that
did
is
this idea come about, and like what prompted it?
So this actually came from the community relations manager here at FC Dallas, Brooke Leverett, because we were just like talking out everything we could possibly do to get Pepi into the All-Star Game, because we knew at the time our team wasn't doing so well. We knew this was something we could push and drive and get fan engagement. So she pitched a tattoo idea, and I didn't even bat an eye. And an hour later, after pitching it to our CEO, I just tweeted it, and then I went to Pepi for approval, of course.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna put a man's face on my body without asking for approval.
Ricardo, what was your reaction when Eddie was like, "Bro, I'm gonna do this thing. If you get selected for the MLS All-Star Game, like I am going to have your likeness on my arm for all eternity." What did you say to him?
Honestly, when he first asked me, I didn't believe it. I was like, okay, like, I know he's playing, like, yeah, sure, you can get it. But then it started becoming a more like serious thing. And I was like, yo, Eddie, you don't have to do all this. Like, you're going to be 50 with my face on your arm. And I'm going to be like, no, you don't have to do all this. But, I was pretty surprised when he actually did it. I was like, wow.
Are we working on a sleeve? Is this going to be part of a sleeve? Like maybe some other FC Dallas players?
Yeah, maybe we'll have a sleeve if we've got more All-Stars next year.
I love that.
This could be a life thing. I could just have every All-Star for the next 50 years.
God, that is such commitment. So, okay, tell us about the actual, when the moment like you saw that Ricardo Pepi was named to the MLS All-Star roster. Was your internal reaction, Eddie, like, oh crap, like now I have to do this? Or were you like, heck yes, let's go to the tattoo parlor like right now and get this done?
It was a little bit of both, because I had some time to prep myself, for sure, because he scored the youngest hat trick in MLS history. So that's when I knew it was going to happen. So I got like 2 days to just sit on that, embrace it, enjoy it. And yeah, I was just super hyped. It was Pepi. Like, I didn't even question it.
Did anyone
There's
try?
no
to
regrets
talk you out
here.
of it? Did anybody try to talk you out of it?
Just Pepi did. But
I know. Well, that's
I did.
That's
I
it.
did.
guy.
I mean, and my boss. Like, that was definitely
They were like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" But now, like, Pepi, now that you've seen the finished product, like, are you pretty happy with how it turned out? Like, do you like the fact that Eddie's walking around with like your mug just boom front and center?
You know, I'm very happy. You know, just he's an OG. In case any other person wants to get a Pepi tattoo in the future, I know Eddie is the first one to do it.
I have an idea for the social team. I feel like at like one of your next games, you should give out like fake tattoos of the Pepi train.
Oh,
you know?
that's great. Hey, Eddie, work on that.
All right. Yeah.
Eddie's idea. Eddie came up with it.
But Eddie came up with it, and he still deserves a promotion. Thank you.
100%. Well, Eddie, we are so impressed. And you know what? Sometimes, like, we've had Alexi Lawless on, and he'll talk about almost getting electrocuted to play the national anthem at an MLS All-Star Game. When he was playing the guitar. You know, we've had some people on who've really dedicated their lives to MLS and made sacrifices. We like to kind of think sometimes we're that. You, my friend, you take it to the next level. So we thank you so much. Thank you for being such a good sport and really just a missionary for Major League Soccer.
Yeah, no, we are great. We need more Eddies in MLS.
Oh, that's so sweet. I mean, I'm in the attention business. We know what our product is here at FC Dallas. We're churning out the best U.S. men's national team players out there. I just need to grab your attention, and then you'll realize it that we have Ricardo Pepi playing every week. So,
smart man.
Attention business.
Before we let you go, who's the next player that you potentially could see trying to hype up enough to get another tattoo?
Oh, the next train? Oh.
The next train.
It wouldn't be the next train because Pepi is the train. He is our train.
The train.
Wow, I am so here for that level of MLS commitment. You know,
it was heartwarming, and you know what? Like, I think Ricardo Pepi was legitimately touched and very
also concerned though. Like, I don't want to inflict this on you.
I know.
They said it to us off camera. You guys didn't hear it. That now Ricardo Pepi's dad is also going to get the same tattoo. So it's basically now a brand.
I know
that is going to be taken over.
Eddie
Dallas.
Koton, man, you are a legend. You really are.
So this begs the question. We see it all the time. Like, if the Tampa Bay Lightning win the Stanley Cup, I will get a lightning tattoo on my arm. Susanna Collins. If the Chicago Cubs ever win a World Series.
Oh, they did.
And they sure did. What year was
that? 2016. There it is. If you're listening, I'm holding up my ankle right now, and there is the Cubs tattoo.
I saw how much the Chicago Cubs means to the Collins Martinek family this week when I have now moved into the commune, the lake house. And then it warmed my heart, and I kind of melted for a second when I saw your father, John, get off the boat because we went fishing, and he had the matching tattoo to Susanna Collins. And it was a heartwarming moment. But I'm going to kick it up a notch because I don't need to ask you, would you ever do that?
Because clearly I have.
But my question for you is, what would have to happen? You're scared. Susanna, and people at home tell us, what would have to happen in MLS for you to get an MLS tattoo?
Like a team tattoo?
Whatever.
Or like a MLS, like a Major League Soccer brand?
That's up to you, but like, what would have to happen?
David Beckham would have to come to be in person, be like, Susanna, I'm going to get like an LA Galaxy tattoo, or I'm going to get an Inter Miami tattoo, or I'm going to get an MLS logo tattoo, and I really want you to come and get one with me.
And I'm going to buy you a house in Miami.
And I'll buy you a house in Miami.
Just kidding.
But if David Beckham made the request, then I do not think I could say no.
From your lips to the soccer god's ears. Do you hear that?
That's it.
David Beckham, if you go get it, and he's got so many.
I know.
It wouldn't even see
I know.
it.
For him, it would be like nothing. For me, it would be like, oh God.
Okay.
But I just feel like if David Beckham asked me that, there's no way I would be like,
and this girl's
no.
committed. I do want to throw out there, because people might not know this, that you have gotten a tattoo
I have. This one.
with an
Yella Van Dam. So who was the captain of the Galaxy at the time?
Well, I kind of feel like you're destined now to get an MLS tattoo.
Oh God, we put it out into the universe. But yeah, we didn't know.
Okay.
No. If David Beckham asked me to get a tattoo, it'd be like the best day of my life.
Clip it. Galena, our producer, you got to clip this. We got to put it on social media.
I'm just also shout out to my my old show BTW. But this was done on camera with Yella Van Dam at a tattoo parlor in Los Angeles, and we did a feature together. We both got tattoos. He got an LA tattoo, and I got this. This is for my mother. We like to ride horses.
Susan.
That's it, Susan. But
I'm learning a lot here at the lake house.
Are you going to get inked? What, like, is there anything that you are...
I'm inkless. Just
but,
for
like, would you... what
would have to happen in
What
MLS?
would have to happen in MLS for you to get a tattoo?
Okay, mine would be Lionel Messi would have to join Atlanta United before the end of 2021.
Let's speak it into existence. I'm here for it.
This is coffee. My mom.
would you get-
my mom and dad would kill me if they even heard this right now.
Really? Would they
What
get
would I
mad
get?
at you? Would they get mad at you?
I think Atlanta United would have to give me a raise if I got Messi here.
Would you get absolutely?
I'm all about raises.
No, you would need a commission, but would you get like an Atlanta United tattoo or would you get a Messi tattoo?
That's a good question. That I'd have to think about. You know,
Yeah.
we'll circle back on that.
Okay,
About
think about it.
If David Beckham gets a twin tattoo with Susanna Collins, and if Messi joins Atlanta United before the end of the year, we will circle back next week on what those tattoos would be. Tell us what you think.
Thank you. I like this. That was basically our here for this. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
We're both here for
That level of tattoo commitment.
that level of tattoo
Tattoo meeting sports on the body. We're here for it.
We are also here, as we have clearly, we are together. We are in the same place at the same time, and this doesn't happen very often. And so we are so here for quality time.
I love you so
I
much.
love you so much. And I just hope everyone, all of our listeners and viewers, get some QT with the people that they love, because I can tell you firsthand, this has been so good for the soul to have Jill at the call-up commune at Finch Lake.
You know what? And I think our vaccines, because we both got vaccinated, and that allowed us
that
to
is why
feel
we are able
safe
to do
enough
this.
to do this with each other.
Amen. Well said. I love you. I wish we could do it here every week.
Oh, I'm not leaving. I'm definitely not leaving.
She's just fit right in.
Yeah. So besides living here, what else is on tap? The Leagues Cup quarterfinals. They kick off tonight. We're going to grab our popcorn and just get super into it. 8 o'clock Eastern time, Sporting Kansas City taking on Leon, followed by the Sounders taking on Tigres. NYC takes on Pumas tomorrow night, followed by Orlando taking on Santos Laguna on Thursday.
Yeah, and so this is kind of cool. MLS just announced this. There is a partnership now with Geico. I love their commercials, by the way. They're very funny. But Geico is basically sponsoring the Man of the Match. So it's Geico's Man of the Match for Leagues Cup and for Campeones Cup. And so me and Rodolfo Landeros from Fox Sports, we are picking our candidates for the Man of the Match, the Geico Man of the Match before each match. And at the 70th minute of each game, you can get on Twitter. Just go to the Leagues Cup Twitter handle and make your vote for Man of the Match, and then after the game, we'll kind of see like if you guys agreed, whatever, that kind of thing. But
You're a Leagues Cup influencer.
I'm a Leagues Cup influencer and Campeones Cup influencer. I'd really like for them to send me to the final in Las Vegas. So if we're speaking things into existence,
We're going to do the call-up from the suites that we were talking about last week.
Exactly.
Also, this Thursday, remember our good guest, Jim Curtin, the head coach of the Philadelphia Union? Well, we asked him, what do you have your eyes on this year? And, of course, he said the MLS playoffs, but also making waves in Champions League. Semifinals coming up. The Philadelphia Union taking on the big men, Club America.
Club America.
Get ready for this. I'm pumped.
I am too. I mean, this is our last MLS team in CONCACAF Champions League. Bring it home.
Also, P.S.
Bring it home, boys.
For those of you that are loyal listeners, there is a gift on the way to Jim Curtin. That's all I'm going to say. And we're holding Jim to his word.
Fingers crossed that he delivers on this promise. We're watching. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Love from the lake. What's up, everybody? It is Susanna Collins and Jillian Sakovitz, co-hosts of The Call-Up. And if you want more Call-Up action, hit like and subscribe right here on YouTube, right there.
And also make sure that you download every episode of The Call-Up every single Tuesday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time or anywhere that you get your podcasts. And while you're here, why not check out some of these other videos as well?